One of the things we really learnt was how many assumptions and sense of entitlements that we have coming into life. Perhaps maybe this is a 21st century thing. I get the sense that 400 years ago, you wouldn't have expected all of your children to survive. You might have expected a minority of them to make it to adulthood. And there'd be great many things about the lives that we now lead that would have seemed like extraordinarily abundant blessings to people a long time back. But in our culture, and I think we found this, we realized just how much we had assumed we would have. How many things we just believed were almost rights of ours and things that we were entitled to believe would be ours. And I think that the journey of experience we had with special needs kids, and I think this applies to a great many things where things unexpected happen, things that we were not thinking would come up, do, and change our trajectory in life. I think that as those things happen, one of the things it teaches us is that we are far less able to map out a pristine future than we thought we were, and actually that God and his goodness will be shown to us, even though an awful lot of the things that we hoped would happen don't happen. And I think that's something that across a lot of generations of the church would have been very obvious to people, because most people were much more intimately aware of the reality of death and debilitating sickness than we are. Our healthcare is so good, our life expectancy is good, that many of us don't live with that. I don't want to patronize anybody watching for whom that's very obvious, but in our case it wasn't. We had just lived thinking we will have this sort of a life. And as you realize, no, things crash in upon that and change it completely. And as we found that happened, we just thought one of the things it taught us was life is much less predictable, and God is much better, even in some of those challenges and unpredictabilities, than we had come to see that he was. And in many ways, we have grown and learnt through that process. And I trust that that also be the experience of a great many others who experienced things they were not expecting to happen.